What's up, everybody? It's the movie guy. Okay, so I could not find a movie or TV show I really wanted to watch on streaming or anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch In Search of. I don't remember where I left off. My friend got me this for Christmas, which was awesome. One of the best Christmas gifts I've ever gotten. Like last year or the year before. Um, so I seen conflicting reports where the show started in '77, but I see a lot of other sites that the show premiered September 20th of '76. Which, if it is '76, I was not even 2 months old. So it ran from '76 to '82, and originally it was going to be Rod Sterling who was going to be the host, but he passed away. Um, which obviously you know who he is if you've seen Twilight Zone. Leonard Nimoy came on, which I feel like Leonard Nimoy was did a fantastic job on this. And I remember this used to be on the History Channel because I think I was coming home from school and remember I would make supper that night and then me and my dad would have supper and we would watch In Search of. And I think it was on History Channel, but it might have been on a different channel. I don't remember. It got remade in 2002 by Mitch Pileggi was the host. One of my all-time favorite TV shows of all time. Mitch Pileggi's in as Skinner. And then in 2018, they revamped it again, which Zachary Quinto, which is funny, who played Spock in the Chris Pine Star Trek movies, hosted this, which is kind of like almost a throwback to like, hey, Leonard Nimoy played Spock. So, I think I saw the very first or two episodes of the remake in 2018. But anyway, so the very first episode was called Other Voices, where it was about plant life and if plant life is alive. I mean, plants, flowers are living organisms. Do they feel pain? Do they communicate with each other? Um, they did an interesting experiment where they had one chamber with like plants and flowers in, and they were playing rock music. And then the other chamber, they had some plants and flowers in there, and they were playing classical music. Well, they did a fast forward a few days. I forget what it's called, but anyway, they just fast forward it, and they showed like what happened after days, and the flowers and the plants died from the rock music, but then the plants and the flowers actually survived when the classical music was played in the chamber, and they actually leaned towards um the speaker listening to the music, which is really weird. And they as you see in there, they I think he's a scientist, I can't remember his name, but he's talking about there's an energy with the plants and the flowers. And they were saying, if you get a, like Leonard Nimoy was saying at the end of the episode, if there's like something happens to a family member and you just think it, you're just like, oh my god, something happened. Is it the plants and flowers communicating with you to let you know something happened or something? But it was definitely an interesting episode. These episodes aren't even that long, they're about 25 minutes. But they're really interesting, and the music is great. Like, I love the music. Some of the ones are actually got some really creepy music going, especially the one with Bigfoot. Um, but anyway, I'm gonna watch a couple more episodes, so I'm probably gonna be back in a little bit to talk about the next episode. I don't know which the next one, so I'm just going to go like across and a down. So the episode, so I don't know what the episodes in order was, so I'm just gonna end up watching the next one, going across and watching it. But yeah, it's definitely worth checking out if you have never seen In Search of. It's such a great show.